I habitually over plan my diary, but I took these to the next level last week, and then I had just a small pocket of time in which to sort things out. So let's just show you what we are starting with. This was on Thursday. Now, this particular week, I went to see Katy Perry on Tuesday night with friends, which was awesome, by the way. On Wednesday night, I had a work dinner out, very late night. Then this was Thursday, and I was hosting a play date for one of my kiddos' friends after school that particular day. The next day on Friday, I was going to my mum's house, staying overnight, coming back on the Saturday in the afternoon, and then hosting friends for dinner on Saturday night. OMG, why do I do this to myself? Like heaps of stuff all over my house. But this is Thursday morning. We're hosting a play date. Remember, after school on this particular day. The next day I'm going to my mum's, then I've got friends over on Saturday. So I wanted to get the house Saturday night ready as much as I possibly could. I wanted to do a bit of a declutter, move some furniture, clean up the house, so like organize the house so that I had to do minimal amounts of cleaning on the Saturday and just concentrate on food. This is the area I want to be like spending a bit of time on here. So first things first, first thing we always do is the dishes. So emptying the dishwasher, getting the dishwasher filled up, doing any hand washing that we need, because this always makes a big impact. Because, you know, after breakfast and we've got stuff everywhere, we've got cups, we've got bowls from breakfast cereal, and it's kind of all scattered across the kitchen island and the dining table, which really is just visually a lot of space there. I actually, like, in my head, I just wanted to do so much on this day, and I kept thinking to myself, like, maybe I could mow the lawn and still get everything done in the house. Luckily, I did manage to talk some sense into myself and did not mow the lawn. I absolutely would not have had time to do that earlier in the day. I did manage to mow the lawn during the play date. So the play date was for my eldest kiddo's friend, and play dates definitely get easier as the kids get older. Like they didn't actually get that much out. Like I used to have play dates when the kids were little, like really little. They would just trash the house, like get every single toy out, properly trash the house, and it would take absolutely ages to tidy it up. Actually, the kids ended up playing really nicely, playing outside. They put on a little K-pop Demon Hunters disco in the garden. It was really cute. So because they were just, you know, just getting along lovely, minimal intervention needed by me, I did mow the lawn. But before that, I had an awful lot of stuff to do in the house. Now, I've been really active on my non-working days. I don't work a Thursday, and I've been very active on my Thursdays recently. I feel like we've been at the zoo, we've been at the library, we've had little play dates out and all sorts of fun stuff, which has been really, really lovely. But I always used to at least spend like, I know 1 in 3, definitely 1 in 4 Thursdays, mostly home-based, just catching up on some jobs. And I haven't done that for so long. And the house is just, it's just a bit chaos at the moment because life has just been so busy. Isn't it lovely when you have all these awesome things to do and all these like wonderful plans, like concerts? And when I went to my mum's on the Friday, and the Friday night, my mum took me to see Hamilton at the theatre, and that was just amazing. Like if you get a chance to see it, it was in my absolute like all-time fave theatre productions that I've been to. So good. But anyway, so lovely to be so busy, but it does mean the house gets a bit neglected. And one thing that I have been thinking about for a long time is actually moving this piece of furniture. So this coffee table is made out of a this is a kind of industrial piece of real stuff. Like you would have wires, tubing like on there, and then anyway somebody converted it and they added in the little posts, and so that it could be like a little book stand. You could have books like going around it, and we did at one point have books going around it. We had books around it, and then we had a little side of it that was like our drinks cabinet. We had gins and whiskies, and then we had kids, And having gins and whiskies within reaching distance is quite frowned upon with children. So, and also just we couldn't really drink much anymore because we weren't sleeping. And if you add alcohol into the mix when you're not sleeping, it's terrible. So we do actually have the odd tipple now and again now, but we definitely don't have the drinks within reach. This quickly became a bit of a toy rack, and just, I like to use it as kind of a toy rotation. It stopped being so much of a toy rotation. Same toys were always there. Kids stopped playing with the toys on there. And it's just sort of stops the flow of traffic through the house. Like, we have an open plan house downstairs, and I love the layout of the house. But it's kind of a bit of a barrier between the various sections of the house. And just in case anyone thinks that I, ignore Daisy on my non-working days when I need to do things around the house, it's just some footage in there to prove that I did sit and play with her at various points. But Daisy's really good actually at getting on and playing, and I'm talking to her the whole time. Putting things in the table again.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
It might be you. To see if they're coming out the bottom. We're not putting anything else in here because we're me. Oh no. Daisy, not the wands, love. But at least Daisy's honest about who's been posting toys into the coffee table. And this is one of my bugbears with this little bit of furniture. I absolutely adore this coffee table, but oh my goodness, as soon as we had kids, they started posting things into the coffee table, and it's a mission to get them out. Daisy had posted some Harry Potter wands in there, and oh my God, it was an absolute headache to get them out. So what I have decided to do is move the coffee table into the shed and just store it for a bit. And we don't want to get rid of it. We really love it. I love the idea that one day there will be space in our home, whether it's this home or a future home, for the coffee table. My husband and I are both quite attached to it. But so we've kept it for ages. We've used it, even though it doesn't really have a proper use in our house. Like, since we had kids, it's basically, its purpose before was as a proper coffee table. Like, we used it as a coffee table. We stopped using it as a coffee table when we had kids, and it just became like a place where things got dumped and where we have some toy storage. We really don't need a coffee table. We have too many other surfaces, quite frankly, to put things on as it is. So it was accumulating stuff. It was affecting the flow of traffic. And one great thing about decluttering meant that I had actually created enough space in the shed for this to go. And this sort of, really just occurred to me recently that, there was a solution. We don't have lots of storage at the house, but we did have somewhere we could put it. And once I got it in there, it all fits in fine. We need to remove like one deck chair out in order to get the lawnmower out, but that's it really. And if I got rid of some more of the paddling pools that we have, I'd have even more space in the shed. But the kids are pretty attached to the ones we have, so much so that Daisy was trying to demand that I blew up this unicorn paddling pool and let her swim in it on this chilly October day. Don't be fooled by Daisy's little floaty dress there. It is quite chilly. Daisy just refuses to wear jumpers or jackets because she feels like wearing them covers up her pretty dresses and people can't see her beautiful clothes. Which, she's got a point. It is true. It is difficult to see all her sparkly outfits when she's wearing a jumper. But I am hoping that as the weather gets even colder, that Daisy will start to agree to wear the odd jumper or jacket. Because at the moment we have absolute meltdowns from her every time we suggest maybe adding a layer or two. She won't let me put tights and leggings on with her dresses, so that's something at least to keep her warm. So now we have moved the coffee table, it is time to do a little bit of rearranging this room. So the other thing that I had in mind is moving one of these Calyx units that hold the toys to the other wall, and then I'm getting the Pickler indoor climbing set behind the sofa, because for years, the Pickler set has basically been on view, or at least parts of it have been in view all the time. It's one of the things I get a lot of comments about actually whenever I'm doing like a living room declutter, tidy. People ask like, do your kids still play with the Pickler set? Could you get rid of it? Is it time for it to go? But the answer is they do actually play with it. They play with it every week. It's one of the most played with toys in the house. They use it as a den. It was a jail on the weekend, and I was put in jail. I had to lie within the Pickler set, and while they're still playing with it, if they're still enjoying it, then that's great, awesome. Then we will make sure that they have that available. It was one of the more expensive pieces of kit toys that we have bought, so very happy that they're getting the use out of it. Sometimes it's used as an actual Pickler climbing set, often though den, jail, something like that. So once I had moved the toy units around, like I was pretty happy with where they were, but it made the right hand side of the room like pretty heavy on stuff. So I decided that I would also move the end of the sofa that you kind of lay out on to the other side. Like this is one of those sofas that you can chop and change which side you have their like L bit. If I was to buy, like I say, if I was to buy a sofa again, we definitely need a new sofa. I got the sofa when I moved into the house. That was 11 years ago this month. That's an 11-year-old sofa. The kids have jumped on it a lot. It's lost a lot of its like the springs are not springing anymore, and it's battered. It doesn't look too bad in this footage actually, but it's pretty battered. We are my husband and I are not massive fans of the sofa anymore. We've definitely fallen out of love with it, but it's comfy enough. While we have young kids, this just feels like no point investing in a nicer sofa for them to sit and eat snacks on it and wipe their snotty fingers on it and all sorts of grossness that the young kids do. But so time to move the sofa a little bit across here, and which reveals all the rest of the rubbish that is under the sofa. And if I'm honest, I'm realizing at this point that everything that I want to do is taking me much longer than I had expected. But also I don't know why I expect things to take me less time, because this always happens to me. I always think that I can achieve way more in the time I have than I actually can. Everything takes me longer. I feel like, am I a really bad judge of time and tasks, or I'm just I don't know, delusional. Anyway, quite possibly delusional, let's face it. I also have a habit of starting new hobbies and side hustles before I have mastered the ones that I'm working on and when I absolutely don't have time. So YouTube is absolutely like my number one love when it comes to hobbies, and I definitely put it in that hobby camp. I've been making YouTube videos now. Do you know what? It might be coming up for 4 years that I've been making YouTube videos. I started, it must be, because I started just when I found out that I was pregnant just before I found out I was pregnant with Daisy. She has, just turned 3 at the beginning of this year. So we are coming up for 4 years since I started this channel. And I made videos for 3 years before my channel monetized. And I want to say I probably make between 100 and 200 British pounds every month from the YouTube like rewards program, the partner program. And I'm not going to knock it. I'm absolutely not going to knock it. I feel like it is like a nice little perk of something that I do for love and enjoyment. And it covers the tech costs for the programs that I pay for to help me edit videos and make thumbnails and that sort of thing, which is amazing. But let's face it, with the time I have and the amount of views I get on my videos, YouTube is never going to be my career or anything like that. And I wouldn't say that it's a side hustle. YouTube is absolutely, like, first and foremost, primarily like my creative outlet, my love. I really enjoy it. But I very much want to basically save money for a deposit for a new house. I'd love to be able to give the kids a bedroom each. It's not a problem at all right now that the boys share a bedroom, but when they get to, I feel like, secondary school, and especially, you know, like as they get towards the teen years, I want them to be able to have their own space. And I am way off basically having the money that I would need to make that next move. And it's going to take time, like whatever, it's going to take time. But I thought, you know, one of the things I could do to help me save is actually come up with a side hustle that you know, earns me money, rather than the kind of little bit that I get on YouTube, which just really covers the costs of YouTube. So I had heard a lot about the TikTok, like, affiliate program. So when you make videos about stuff that you buy and like, and then people pay, you know, buy that product via your video, then you get a little, like, kickback from it. I already had a TikTok channel that I wasn't posting to regularly, but I had enough subscribers on it that I could join the TikTok affiliate program with that channel. So I did that. I did that in August. I made a couple of videos just for, like, proof of concept, really, see if you know, can I actually make money, make videos, whatever. I made like £5 in August with a few videos that I just tested out. So I was like, wow, okay, you know, proof of concepts. This is doable, I feel. And I have learnt how to make videos on YouTube during my YouTube journey. So I was like, well, I know how to make them. But obviously it's a different platform, it's a different process and everything. So September, I decided I would, like, go all in and make videos each day, or for each day anyway, and post videos each day. And I made like 180 British pounds in September, which I was really pleased with for my first, like, full month. So this is only my second month now in October, and I think I made the £200 I made in September. I'd made that within the first week of October. So it's scaling really well. I'm really enjoying it. But, you know, it is new and it takes time. And that means, I'm really sorry, guys, that I've been a bit distracted this past month. I have been just trying to learn the ropes, but also I feel like I am quickly learning the ropes. And I have this video that I've made, and I already have my next video filmed. Just need to edit that one. So we'll be able to get back to 2 to 3 YouTube videos a month very soon, I feel. And I have my Christmas like series that I really want to get stuck into, because I think, you know, I need it. Everything I create is stuff that I want to do or need to do, or that I'm just like, well, I'm going to do it anyway. I'll make a video of it, right? So that I'm very excited for. Getting back to the video, anyway, yes, I am cleaning the lights ahead of friends coming around for dinner. And do I think that my friends will look at the lights and be like, wow, she hasn't cleaned those? No, I do not. But they were filthy. They were like proper filthy. I had not done them for a while. I'd not done them for months, and they were really gross, and they were bugging me. So when things start to bug me, you know, it feels like a good excuse to have people around or whatever. You know, I'm gonna host something to get it tidy. So I really should have done like a recap on how things looked before, but anyway, here's how things looked at the end of Thursday. The hallway and under the stairs I didn't show you, but basically every time I was going upstairs or going into the utility with something, I picked up something that needed a rehoming and moved it. And then I very gradually got those tidied up. I didn't really tidy much in the utility. I think I only moved the empty plastic bottles from there, but I did manage to tidy up mostly under the stairs and get the table sorted. We floor wise, I just put the like robot vacuum cleaner on. So I did a little bit of vacuuming for things that needed rugs, sofa, but otherwise it was robot vacuum cleaner. This is all my TikTok shop stuff, guys. These are all my samples. So before the dinner party, I did find a home for them. I did clear that space, and I cleared the kitchen a lot more. Cleared my desk a little bit. But yeah, if you're interested in like me telling you about the TikTok shop stuff, let me know, and I'm happy to fill you in. I don't think YouTube likes you talking about the other platform, but whatevs. I'm happy to share anything I learn. But yeah, the living room I am so happy with. Like, I can't believe the difference moving the furniture has made. It's made this space feel so much better. I'm very, very happy with this decision. I wish I'd done it sooner, like way sooner. Let me know what you think of the space now. Do you think it's much of an improvement? Like, having the pickler here, we've used it more as well, the pickler. It's been a little bit more accessible. And like, look at this, so much better. So yeah, really, really, really pleased with this transformation. It did take me 2-3 hours over the course of the day, but it was well worth it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.